Hi everyone, welcome to this Mortgage Broker Beginner Basics video on referral partners. So this is a sample of what we teach in the full version of our course, but there should still be some value here just in understanding how to work with referral partners, how those relationships work, and it can be a really good strategy for building your business. So as an introduction, working with referral partners tends to have a higher conversion percentage than if you are getting cold leads, so online leads or anything like that. Those people have been recommended to you, and they are a lot warmer as an introduction. So working with referral partners such as realtors, financial planners, past clients, once you get those clients, or anyone in your network, friends or family, is a great place to target because you're much more likely to convert a lot more of those clients into deals. So now we know why referral partners are a good place to start looking for clients. Let's go through some of the referral partners we should consider. So this page here, it shows different types of referral partners. So the obvious one that a lot of people start with is realtors. So I also wanted to show the referral flows here of where the business can go between the different referral partners, just so you understand this and aren't giving unrealistic expectations to the partners that you work with. So for realtors, you'll often find it's much easier to get referrals from realtors than to give referrals back to realtors. So these green arrows are things that you can get as the mortgage broker here in the middle, and the black is ones you'll be able to send back. You'll find often when you get referrals from realtors or when a client reaches you, they already have a realtor in place. Sometimes this may not happen and they don't have a realtor, but often people start their searches with a realtor, and then the realtor will say, I recommend you speak to a mortgage broker, look into the financing sides of things. So that's why you'll often get more from realtors than you can give back. So the key thing here is just not over-promising. Some realtors may ask you, they may say, I'll only work with you if you can give me, the similar amount of business back, for example. Whereas you need to structure that conversation and really show the value you can provide them as a realtor. Realtors, a lot of realtors will just appreciate if you are good at what you do, you can just get deals done. That's a really high priority for realtors. So make sure you communicate that you will be available, that you'll be able to get things over the line for them. You're there to answer any questions. You're there to help, even if it's a bit more difficult to kind of send them as much business. Your goal is to really make things as stress-free as possible for them and provide the best service for their clients going forward. So that's really the key selling points there when you're talking about realtors. Financial planners here are the next one. So financial planners, they can be one of the best referral sources. So the reason for this is, firstly, the referrals can be mutual. So you'll get referrals from financial planners, and you can refer back to financial planners, especially on the insurance side. So when somebody's taking out a mortgage, it's always a time that you should be mentioning with your clients. They should be considering, kind of life insurance, mortgage insurance, critical illness. If anything happens with their income, how are they going to pay that mortgage? Anything along those lines as well, and home insurance is another key one as well. Integrate that within your process to discuss when you're going through paperwork. Is say we have some independent partners that can provide you advice in regards to the mortgage insurance, life insurance side. There's often a lot more affordable than what would be offered by the mortgage lender, and that's where you can send that business back to those financial planners. Now, one of the reasons these leads are strong is they're dealing with a financial professional already. So they have that relationship. They are already in a mindset where they want to work with somebody in the finance space. One easy way to think of it is financial planners handle your assets, whereas mortgage brokers handle your liabilities. So you can have a really good relationship with financial planners. Also, financial planners will have deals that aren't just purchases. They'll have refinances, restructures, and things like that as well. There's lots of different things you can do to help their clients and build that mutual relationship as well. So financial planners would probably be the number one referral partners that you want to try and work with and build relationships with, because those leads can be really, really good quality, and you can mutually build that relationship a lot easier than with a realtor, as it's harder to send business back to realtors. Now the next one here is past clients and your network. So of course this is mainly one way, because unless you have past clients that are in business, and then you can send people to their place of work. So we do have clients that have small businesses, and we can kind of recommend their small businesses. But of course this is much less likely. So past clients in your existing network are a big source of potential referrals. People often forget these as well. So when you start out in the industry, you should be contacting all of your network and letting them know what you're doing, not in a pushy way. If you're worried about coming across or kind of copywriting or anything like that, tools like ChatGPT are great for really helping write those emails or those texts or those messages, or even just give you a script. I don't like scripts as much, but a kind of general call structure on how you can approach those conversations with people you know. So if it's family, friends, and things like that, or if it's people in the industry, let's say your aunt's friend is a realtor, and you say, oh, and it's a bit more of a warmer introduction because they know you have that they know of you already. Or you can say, oh, I was passed your details by X or Y. I just wanted to let you know I've just started in the industry. It'd be great to connect and learn a bit about your business and et cetera, et cetera. So past clients in your network can be a really good way of building your business. As you get more established as well, one of the key things to do is to build from the existing clients that you have, which is another topic for another day. But this can be a really great source of referrals because they have been recommended to you, and also they know and trust you as well. So these are the three main referral sources that you'll want to focus on and where you'll get most of your business. Now, tier 2 here, it's not meant to be derogatory to the professions, of course, but it's more just it's less likely you'll get referrals from these types of people. So accountants, lawyers and notaries, and other professionals. So lawyers and notaries here in the middle, you'll see there's a big black arrow here. This is probably the person you can send most business to because a lot of clients won't have a lawyer or a notary for closing. So you'll be able to send them a lot of business. Will you get much back? Not necessarily, because often when the files reach the lawyers and the notaries, they've already dealt with the mortgage broker, they've already dealt with the realtor, etc., etc. Accountants as well can be good relationships. They are, again, people maybe if they have their own accountant, likely have kind of higher income brackets. They're used to dealing with financial professionals again, but it can be harder to find and build those relationships with accountants as well. And then other professionals. If you're in other networking groups, you may be able to get referrals from other professionals as well. So the next section here as well is how can you really connect? So once you know what referral partners you should be targeting, how can you connect and show value to those referral partners? So here's just a bit of a summary of some of the things that we talk about. And sorry if my face gets in any of the way of these here as well. So we have phone, social, so connecting phone, social, in person and email, and then how you show value is support, expertise, following up, collaboration, service, and appreciation. So phone is often one that people are afraid of, but it can be a really good way to show value. Let me just move myself in the middle there. It can be a great way to show value to your referral partners and really connect on that human level. The fact that a lot of people are worried about making phone calls means you will stand out. If you just pick up the phone and talk to people, it can be a lot more efficient than email. It can be a much easier way to get through, especially with realtors, for example. They will tend to pick up their phones because it's how clients reach them. But just make sure you have value that you can offer to people. I've had realtors in the past that I've reached out to without connecting to before, just to try and kind of make that introduction and offering some sort of value to them that have said, you know what, I'll have a meeting with you because you picked up the phone and you gave me a call, and most people don't do that. So it's definitely worth having the phone as a sales tool. It may seem old school, but it's an oldie, but it's a goodie to have in your arsenal, and make sure you do that. Social media can be another way as well, especially with realtors. A lot of them are on social media. Financial planners can be great referral sources, but they're harder to find, especially the sort of higher value ones. Often there's gatekeepers and things like that. Social media is where realtors often will be doing a lot of advertising to their clients. You can find their details, you can try and connect and engage. If people follow you back, you can send messages and then try and build relationships from there based on, it's a little less intimidating than just picking up the phone for a cold call, for example. But it's a way you can kind of have more of an introduction. They can see who you are. You can start offering value and showing your expertise through social media as well. And that's how you can kind of build some of those relationships. And then next, in person. So once you've made that introduction, the goal should really be to have in-person meetings. So whether it be coffee, just for half an hour, whether you can just show them, just to connect with them and really see that human side as well. If it's only via Zoom, if someone's located in a different location, that's fine. But in-person meetings are a great way to really kind of connect and try and reach out to potential referral partners, just to build that relationship. Make sure you have some topics that you want to discuss and find out how you can help them. How are you different to your competitors, and how are you going to help them grow their business? That's the key thing that you want to really offer them and come to those meetings with. Of course, get to know each other personally as well, but then you really want to know, how do you stand out versus your competition, and what can you offer them? If you're new in the industry, it could just be your time. Other brokers may be busier, they can't answer their calls. You'll be there. You'll be able to, you have that time to really focus on their clients and give them that sort of A-star VIP service. And then email. Email can be good for newsletters. I think email is best for if you have, so let's say you've connected with referral partners and you want to keep in touch and keep front of mind. It can be a good way to just show, market updates, information. Let's say you have a personal video in there as well, just to kind of create that engagement as well. Email as cold outreach is not a very good way of trying to connect with people. A lot of people will just delete emails, or they'll go in their spam or something like that as well. But email can be a good way of just sort of keeping front of mind and showing that value for people you may have already connected with. Build a mailing list, have a newsletter that goes out to kind of really just keep showing that value and keep front of mind. I think that's really the kind of key priority. But you need to make sure you're adding that value and you're not just spamming people. If you're going to send stuff via email, make sure it is useful, and then you'll be much more likely to kind of get those referrals and have people look at those emails as well. And then how you show value. So one is support, especially when you start out. Always answer the calls, always make sure you're as helpful as possible, go above and beyond to really support them, support their clients as well. Don't say no, and try and just be as when you get more experience, you want to set those boundaries, but when you're starting out, you want to try and be as accommodating as possible. If you get referrals from referral partners, you really want to treat those clients kind of as well as you can, and kind of really give them that VIP service. Expertise as well. So if you have useful information that you may be able to present to your referral partners, one thing you may be able to do is just present them, kind of offer, I can give you an education session on this new rule change, for example, in our province that will affect first-time buyers, for example, or anything like that you can really show, or this is just how lenders work, and useful information that realtors or financial planners may be able to use. That's also a good way to sort of make that introduction and just say, listen, I've been putting together a presentation on this topic. It'll be useful for realtors, for yourself, if you'd like to connect, and I can just go through this over 10 minutes or whatever. And then follow up. The key thing a lot of people don't do, they'll have the coffee meeting, fine, see you later, send me business, and then they never speak to each other again. So you need to follow up, keep in touch. A newsletter can be a good way to do this. Just say, is it okay if I add you to my newsletter? I'm trying to kind of create valuable content that's useful for people like yourselves, etc., etc. And make sure you follow up and make a note, say, okay, I'll reach back out in a couple of months, see how you're doing, and just make sure you kind of keep growing that relationship with those referral partners you really want to grow with. Collaboration is another one. So again, common in the realtor space, and I'm mentioning realtors a lot because it is commonly the easiest to get hold of, but you can do this with financial planners as well. So education sessions. So I've done education sessions previously with financial planners for first-time buyers, for example. Financial planner talks about some of the tax-free savings accounts and strategies for sort of kind of saving for that down payment, and then I can talk about, okay, levels of down payment you need, what you need to qualify income-wise, etc., etc. That's just an example. Instagram lives, things like that as well. Ways you can get in front of each other's audiences are always beneficial. VIP service that I've touched on. You can show value by really going above and beyond other mortgage brokers. So be organized, be quick in responding, be helpful, and really just be there to help as much as possible. And then appreciation. Always remember to say thank you. If anyone sends you a referral, or especially referral partners, make sure you thank them. A good idea is a coffee card, or you can just pick up the phone and say, I just want to say, thank you so much for your support. If you can't kind of afford to send sort of the $10 coffee card each time someone sends you a referral, but make sure you do show your appreciation and you do say thank you for any referrals that are passed to you. Okay, and next final one here. So referral partner conversion. So by conversion, it's how do you, once you meet with referral partners, how can you get them to work with you and choose you above other mortgage brokers? So firstly, you can add value. So how you add value is how can you support them and their business? You should really be, whenever it's a common term in marketing of when you're marketing to people, they're always thinking, what's in it for me? So how can you add value to your referral partners? They'll be thinking, well, what's in it for me? Why should I work with you? I get calls from mortgage brokers all the time. Why should I work with you? So you really need to show how can you support them and their business, and make sure you kind of have those ideas before you go into those meetings, of what you can really do to support them. And things like I've said, if it's the fact that you have more time and capacity to really kind of provide that support. Is it that you specialize in a certain area? So do you have any kind of particular languages that you speak, or do you kind of have you could sell yourself as a first-time buyer specialist, for example, or you use a particular tool or application system that is not widely available. Think of those kind of market differentiators for yourself, and then how you can really support them and their business, how you can help them grow. If you're not able to directly send them clients, well, how can you help them? Is it providing them useful updates or market updates? What do they need? Ask them, what problems are you having in your business, or what would be useful from myself? What do you look for in a referral partner? Ask those questions and they'll tell you. Next is differentiate yourself. So linked in with the above, how are you different from other brokers, and importantly, the bank? So some realtors will just send people to the bank, believe it or not. So make sure you know how you're different from other brokers and their bank. What's your focus on? Is it education? Is it really the time you can spend with clients? Is it that personal connection? Make sure you kind of know and have your elevator pitch and your sort of sales pitch about yourself and why you're different as well. Next is be consistent. So follow up long term and keep your word. So always get back to them. Make sure you're replying to emails. Make sure you aren't kind of ignoring their calls, and make sure you do keep to anything that's discussed, and make sure you follow up and organize in regards to all of that as well. Next is be patient. So good partnerships can take time. So having been a member of referral networking groups, sometimes it's taken 2-3 years to get a referral. Sometimes you get referrals from ones you did not expect to get referrals from. So it's really difficult to predict where these can come from. Sometimes it takes a while for people to really trust you. So that's why the follow-up's important. And that's why you can join some of these networking groups where you'll see everyone kind of week on week. That trust can be built a lot quicker as well. So just be patient. It doesn't mean just because somebody doesn't send you something right away, it doesn't mean they won't. So kind of keep them on your lists. Make sure you keep in touch as well. Collaborate. How can you work together to grow and help each other's business, be it just through helping each other with useful information, kind of connecting if someone's in a similar stage of their career, whether it can be I know some people have kind of peer-to-peer groups where they end up kind of connecting with a realtor, financial planner, and they just connect to discuss how their business is going, and that's a good way to grow those relationships as well. If you want to help each other as business people as well, not just kind of wanting referrals. VIP service, as I've touched on as well, is make sure you treat them and their referrals as VIPs. The top service sells. You will get referrals by just being good at what you do. We've had referral partners that just refer us business, even though we haven't been able to refer anything back, because every time they send us a client, we've done a good job and they have had good feedback from their clients. So making sure that you're kind of good at when you deal with them, and you kind of treat them as best you can help grow that reputation and grow that business and get future referrals from those referral partners as well. And then the last one is a big one. Manage expectations. Always be clear on expectations. This is a key one in a lot of business with your clients in a lot of areas as well, but with referral partners especially. So always be clear on expectations and honest. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. We had a meeting with a financial planner who was saying, I from my partners, we expect if we send them business, they'll send us an equal amount of business. And we were honest and said we can't make that promise that we can. We have some of these opportunities where we may be able to, but it may not be as much as you're expecting. And that just saves everybody's time, and they'll respect the fact that you're upfront about that. Some referral partners won't have that expectation. So I think as long as you know, and you'll realize the ones that will just be talking to you because they want something from you, and the ones that actually are talking to you because they're open to having good people in their network that they can send clients to. One way as well of discussing it with referral partners is no two clients are the same. You work with different referral partners even in the same field, so having multiple realtors, etc., that you work with, it just means you can provide better value for clients because you can match the right clients with the right referral partners, and vice versa as well. So even if somebody has someone that they use and work with, it may be that you may be a better fit for some clients. So always have that in mind as well, and never be kind of worried if you're connecting with lots of different realtors or anything like that. It's always good to know lots of different people, especially in different areas as well. That they may specialize in your local area versus the greater area or different types of properties and things like that as well. So that is the end of our beginner basics video just on referral partners. So if you want more content, do the links in the notes. You can check out more of the full version of the course. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and look forward to hearing all your thoughts. Thanks.